Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. This is Dave Mitchell reporting in, or better yet, sharing today. Hope everyone's doing well. Again, my name is Dave Mitchell. I am a published writer, author, motivator, and apparel owner. I'm a real person here that's giving you some quality advice that's practical and very important for you to succeed and to having the best outcome as possible. Thanks for joining in. And again, I hope everyone's doing fine. Let's get to it. First, I'd like to say I have an extensive background in meeting different people of all races, creeds, and colors, quite traveled in my business and leisure for well over 20 plus years. And I come across many different interesting people. What do I find in common about that? Well, people have more things in common than they do have differences. So I want to expound upon that. And what's more important, I want everyone to find their true confidence, their true value, their true wealth that's inside you. Yes, you and only you have such a great worth that needs to be refined, even better, put great as possible. Yes, being the best version of yourself. And by being the best version of yourself, what you are doing is making yourself complete. Complete for what? Well, complete for everything. That's what one big thing life is about. Being the best person you can be, and you can be that. More specifically, this video is about relationships, i.e. romantic relationships, dating. In today's modern time, 2021, fastly approaching 2022, can't believe it. Time is moving. Well, in this time now with so much going on, like I mentioned in my previous video, the pandemic, poverty, war, conflicts, just disgruntled, angry people. But it's no fault of their own. It's just life. Things happen. People aren't perfect. It's just ever changing and it's getting more complex and complicated. That means that relationships are becoming even more complicated. It's hard enough to be refined and be motivated to live a good life, even on a daily basis, because nothing's promised, nothing's guaranteed. For each day has its own anxieties. When you wake up in the morning, it's a challenge. Starting your day, going to work, going to school, working out, just living basic life. And everybody else has to go through that. So when you do have an interchange or exchange with a person, interact, understand that they are going through those things as well. Even though outwardly their parents might look differently. And yeah, not everyone is in the same exact boat, but no one's an island, which means that everyone has something going on. They either have gone through something, going through something now, or go through some turmoil, troubles in the future. There's no doubt about that at all. That is just as plain as can see. Crystal clear, no doubt about it at all. No doubt about it. So understanding all of these different things, we have to come to the conclusion that it's just a difficult situation to live our lives and to meet others. Now, many people will say, well, what's the answer? Well, like I mentioned in the description, There's no silver bullet answers. There are no magic touches. I don't even believe in magic. I believe in things that are majestic. I don't believe in phony stuff. I believe in what's real. So no one on earth can tell you, yes, you, that there are silver bullet, 100% proof ways to making successful relationships happen, i.e. romantic relationships in particular. They just aren't. If that was the case, you will have so many people who are in broken marriages, broken relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever your partner is. 50% or better is probably around 60% of marriages fail. And in some communities, it's even more dire than that, more worse. Because it's just so complicated and challenging and complex. And that's what we are as human beings. And that's what we have to remember. So what can help with that? Well, what can help with that is understanding that it's up to you and knowing your worth. It's about empowerment. In order to be the best, you have to try to be the best. And with that, when you're doing that and you're on that journey, that constant road of empowering yourself, giving it your all, even though life's an ebb and flow, there's ups and downs and ups and downs, but giving it your all, that's what it all matters. That's what it's all about. That's why I'm here as Dave, to be your motivator, especially when the down times happen. And many people are in down times. Yes, you. Helping you to understand that even in down times, there is some silver lining. There's silver lining in that. You just need the right motivation to keep hanging in there, to keep going. So where did you start? Well, understanding that by being a good person to yourself, you attract others. Developing a good mindset, and that takes motivation, that takes encouragement. Developing a good physical being, an appearance, all the other things in life. Develop character, because when you're going through some tremendous times, you can never see it. The character development in you. Yes, that's character development happening when you're going through very, very, very stressful, pivotal, complex, and challenging times. You can't see it. It's happening. They'll use an illustration like you plant a seed into the ground. You may have heard something like this before, but it's very true and very practical. When you plant a seed in the ground, if you have a green thumb, so to speak, you water it, put the fertilizer down. You hope that's going to grow. Perhaps it's the tomatoes you're planting. Well, during that process, after you made the planting part happen, you have to have the discipline and patience to wait for it to sprout. And it will. But the interim is the most difficult thing. The interim, the time being. So I am your time being to let you know that you can do it. You can hang on to see that tomato or whatever you're growing, particular fruit, come about. So with that, taking that refinement of your character, use that to do some wonderful things. You see, it all starts with you. And if you want to meet different people to establish relationships, business or platonic, talking more specifically about romantic relationships, what you have to do is have that discipline, that patience to try different things. Come out of your comfort zone. But that's hard to do. Yes, it is hard to do. But coming out of that comfort zone, one step at a time, one brick at a time, because Rome was never built just like that. Anything worth anything takes a certain amount of time, no matter what. That's why we appreciate things so much. So what you should be encouraged to do, and I'm here to motivate you, is through the down times or up times, understand and remember. Write down that what I'm going through during this down time, write this down. It's refining me. It's building virtues and character into me so that I can be an even more better person for myself. I'm gaining more strength, more goodness. All these things lead to strength, wonderful virtues, trust, respect. Offer yourself. Again, it's about you. So try different things. You might be saying, well, what can I try? Well, you have the internet. How about taking just 5 or perhaps 10 or 15 minutes? Not every day, but maybe twice a week to learn something that's empowering. Learning a new language. I love learning new languages. I'm not fully fluent in Spanish, but I'm pretty decent, good enough, pretty good. But I took some time to listen to other people, listen to different videos, listen to different seminars that I attended, conventions, and even reading some books. And I've garnered some education in that. I did it step by step. Did I get discouraged at times? Sure. That's only natural. But during that discouraging time, you need that motivator. So take that paper that you wrote it down on or in your notes, in your devices, and look at it. Affirmation. You got it. Self-affirmation. And say, at this time, I'm getting better. Better and better. And as you are getting better and time goes on, you're becoming great. So take 5, 10, 15 minutes to maybe work out. I'm going to do a video on exercise and working out, fitness. How about also taking that 10, 15 minutes and doing a little bit of research and learning about different hobbies? You know, right now, post-pandemic, we can go out and do things a little bit more so. So don't be intimidated or fearful or think it's boring to learn a new hobby. You know, by doing that, what you're doing is not only giving yourself more skills, even transferable skills, you use those. And what are transferable skills? They're soft skills. They're skills that you have. You could have a wonderful, bright personality. You could be a good listener. You can be a good communicator. Use that when you are seeking out new hobbies and new groups to perhaps entertain and join. All these things are just making you even better. It really is. And you can do it because there are different groups and different people who can help encourage you. I'm that one person. but there are others. Understand this. This will give you that confidence to hang on during difficult times, and especially it's even better when times get even better. Why did I say all these things? Because in order to get a friend, you have to be a friend. In order to get something great, you have to be as great as possible. No one in their right mind wants anything or anybody that's not that good. We're just human beings. We like the best. If we can get the best, we'll get that. Why not try to be the best? That attracts things to you when you're at a great level. Even when you're struggling, you're going through things, and people can see that character in you. That's even more wonderful. It's nothing more encouraging to see someone doing all they can to hang in there during stressful times, because it's so simple, so simple to throw your hands up and say, well, I don't want to do it today or ever. Anything. I just want to crawl up in a fetal position, lay in bed, and just pull the covers up. Just do that. Nothing. So simple. Yeah, we all feel like that from time to time. But we can't stay in that rut or situation. It's even okay to have a pity party. Oh, yeah. It's fine. But here's the thing about a pity party. Understand pity parties. Well, let's start with a party. A party ends at a specific time. Say you go out to a club or you hang out with friends or someone's throwing a party. It ends at a certain time. It could end at 2 a.m. or it could end at 11 o'clock p.m. when it started at 7 p.m. The point of the matter, it's over. So if you're feeling down and out, that's okay. But you have to understand, like any other party, any other party, it has to be over. It's just like that. That party doesn't go on. A great party where you're having great fun, dancing, having a nice time, eating, drinking a little bit, talking. As much as we like for those parties to keep going on, they have to end. Because time flies when you're having fun. That's quite true. But when you're down and miserable, that pity party has to end too. So allow yourself time to grieve. Allow yourself time to mourn or feel down. But make it a strong point that it has a cap. It has a cap. And I'm here to motivate you so you can maybe get out of that rut and end that pity party. Maybe the pity party could go on for a couple of days, or maybe a week. Hopefully no longer than a month. So you can get back and get to grinding again to make you, yes, you, that great person that you want to be. And see, all this makes you an incredible person. That will attract people. So if you find yourself saying, well, when I go out, I can't meet anyone. I can't even really have a conversation. Because true, we live in an impersonal society and many people just don't have verbal skills. They don't use their mouth to talk. They're texting, typing. We're in that era. So it's very impersonal, which makes it a challenge. But learning how to communicate with people in that area technically will help you to be even more well-rounded. But it takes away some of our humanity when we're communicating through devices instead of one-on-one, face-to-face. So many people say, well, I'm out and about and, I see somebody that's interesting. I'm doing well. I think I'm worth, being someone's friend. But you say to yourself, How did I break the ice? You could be out at the library. You could be out grocery shopping. You could be out running errands, coming and going. And you see someone that attracts you. You see someone who catches your eye. No. It's not necessarily love at first sight, but there is a great attraction, a great appeal that you notice about someone. You could be in a grocery store, walking up the aisle, and someone's in the produce section, and you want to approach them. Now, many people are very timid, very cautious, the cold approach, and that's the term people use. And that's quite understandable with there's so much going on and so much lack of trust and so many people who really don't have your best interests at heart. So it's a wall that's built up there. Yes, people have walls for protection, to protect themselves from people, because they don't know what people's agenda is. So many people, specifically men, who tend to talk to women first, as opposed to women talking to men first, and we'll get into that. Because actually, this could be a part 2 to this video because there's so much. But breaking the ice, having the confidence, having the motivation. Well, when you are constantly or doing the best you can, empowering yourself, believing in yourself, having that sense of self-value and the self-worth, that affirmation every day, you will get that confidence. You will have that feeling that, yes, that person I see over there, I'm attracted to, yeah, this could be someone that we could have something work out with each other. But what did I do? Well, I mean, I see someone in a grocery store picking out some lettuce, and I'm walking up the aisle, my shopping cart, or just a little basket. What did I say? I don't want to put anyone, be disrespectful. Well, that's something similar to stage fright. Yeah, stage fright. Getting out that first word, breaking the ice, if you will. Well, if you do feel that way, and many people do, again, if you're coming out of a respectful way and you have respect for yourself, and as I mentioned earlier in the video, by doing these things, you will start gaining or even having more self-worth and self-appreciation and self-esteem, which equates to confidence. You will say, hey, let me try to introduce myself. Now, someone say, how do I break the ice? Well, in any environment you in, any environment, grocery store, DMV, library, wherever it is, the clubs, out shopping, and you see that one person, and women, females, this pertains to you as well. You should approach someone in a friendly manner if you're interested in them too. There's no stigma with that. Ladies, if you find someone interesting, a man, introduce yourself. It's perfectly fine. You will be amazed, truly amazed how much he appreciates that. Yes, you will be. So let's give a scenario. I'm out and about, not dressed too spiffy because I'm doing a little grocery shopping. And of course, you should always be as clean as possible, but you just have some active wear on. Maybe prep gear is active wear because that's really good. So you're out and you see someone checking out the lettuce, maybe they're making a nice salad. Well, understand this. After you take a few deep breaths through your nose 3 times, do this. Exhale after 4 seconds. Let's do this again. One more time. Now, you don't necessarily do this out in public. Maybe you might go aside or go into the bathroom, but do that exercise, that breathing exercise. And I'll talk more about breathing exercises in my fitness videos. But do whatever you have to do to make yourself calm. And this takes some practice. So once you get a little bit of calmness and you're ready to approach that person, they could be even actually working there. But let's just say they're out shopping like you are. Again, you want to be respectful and attractive and appealing in your disposition. How do I break the ice? So you're walking up the aisle and you come to that person. And what you have to understand is this. You has something in common with that person. You out grocery shopping. You like to eat. Everybody likes to eat, right? And they like to eat. They're out grocery shopping. How about you going up to that person in a very respectful way for yourself? And what I mean by that is not with any braggadocious or on the other side of that, timid approach, but come out in a very casual but respectful way and say hello. Hope you're enjoying your day. It looks like you are buying some lettuce there, perhaps for a great dinner. Maybe you're having a nice salad. That's breaking the ice because you both have something in common. Groceries, everybody eats, shopping, and that is something you have in common. You build on that in a very respectful, friendly, yet confident way. That's breaking the ice. And then the person says, I'm doing okay. Yeah, I'm checking out this lettuce because I'm have a salad tonight. Maybe I'm on a diet a little bit, and I'm having a few friends over, so we're gonna have some salad and free drinks. And then you could go and say, that's wonderful. That's good that you have that good friendship and you like to enjoy time with your friends and you seem to be outgoing. You build on that. Then you say why you're here. Could possibly there just to pick up some ice cream or some soda. You say, I'm just here, myself picking up some soda and some ice cream, so I'm enjoying the game tonight. I'm just getting it for some family members. Starting that conversation, ice break it. That is the approach. Knowing that you have something in common with that person. Talk about those things. That's a tool. That is a tool. Or you could be in a bookstore. There's interest there. Perhaps you're picking up a book that pertains to science or sports. And you see that person picking up a book, and it could be a romance novel, right? And she likes romance novels. Well, there you have it. She likes love. So let's flip the script here. Women. You see a man at the grocery store, right? The DMV. You have that in common. They're getting their ID, their license renewed. And you can say, if you're sitting next to him, something kind of cute but respectful. You say, so how are you enduring this wait? Because it's usually a bit of a wait at the DMV. You can say it in a nice smile, giggly type of way, but respectful. So, how are you enduring? That's right, the key word, enduring this long wait at the DMV. Are you getting things taken care of? That's wonderful. That's your icebreaker, ladies. And then if he says, yeah, I'm getting it done, or he might be taking a test for CDL or license or whatever. And he can say, that is something that you can build on. It's called ice breaking. Finding the things you have in common because you already have things in common with them because you're in that setting. Or you could be walking up the street and walking down the street or jogging in the park. You have something in common with that person. Talk about that. Talk about your interests. Ask them about their interests about that particular thing in a respectful way, in a calm demeanor. And then you can build on that. Take the things that you're working on or what you have already established in life, your talents, your skills, your goals, and have a very nice conversation. Keep it brief, not too long at all. And then it could be some exchange of contact information. But it takes practice because there's stage fright. Because people just feel as though, well, I don't want to bother anyone. I don't want any rejection. Practice that scenario with a friend or just practicing the so-called cold approach on your own. Imagine someone there and you're going up and talk to them about the interest that you find in them that you have yourself. These are practical things that we have to remind each other. It's about practicality. It's an acronym called KIS. KIS. What is KIS? Probably heard it before. It's keep it simple. Yes, a lot of things come down to that. Because if you come off too strong, too assertive, too aggressive, the more you find yourself wound up trying to chase after something or go after something too hard, it tends to go the opposite direction. So go at it in a mild way, but confident way. There's a balance with that. But the more you develop yourself and develop understanding of different things and learning different things and meeting different people. And it's just, when you meet someone, don't just look at it as, hey, this is a potential romantic relationship. No, it might start off, and it should start off in a platonic way, in a basic way, platonic way. So that person won't feel too uncomfortable or you're putting too much pressure on yourself. Because that's what happens in romantic relationships and dating and meeting new people. People tend to put too much stress and pressure on themselves instead of trying to be, or not trying to be, because you shouldn't try to be, you should automatically be your natural self. And your natural self is what you are. But you'll say, well, my natural self isn't so great and so wonderful. That is because you're not connecting with your self-worth. And if you feel as though you don't have enough self-worth, build on it. Do some of the things that I mentioned earlier in the video. Taking a few minutes here and there. Taking one brick at a time. The process seems daunting sometimes. An interim could be a beast. But those are the things that will refine you. So, in the dating world, which is so complicated and meeting different people, whether it be online, you meeting someone, or out in public, virtually or not, understanding if you want a friend, you have to be a friend. Because the best thing a person can be is be themselves and love you. Yeah. So doing this, you have to do it as much as possible. Not too much, but do it enough. So in other words, you can't just go out and, if you're interested in meeting someone, saying, well, I'll just go to this one particular store or go on this one particular online meetup site once every now and then. Sometimes you need to have motivation to go more. Well, I'm here to help with that. Coming out of that comfort zone Instead of going to that one place that you feel comfortable with, you don't have to go to 15 other different ones. Try maybe 2 more or 1 more and meet someone else. It might be a particular grocery store you go to. How about visiting another grocery store across town, or another library, another bookstore, another shopping mall, another tavern, another watering hole, another park? Opening yourself up to different environments, cultures, and people will just make you an even more well-rounded person and give you those options of expanding on it. Now, once you do find someone that you're attracted to and they find you attractive and appealing in certain ways, how do you maintain that? Well, you maintain that by maintaining you, because nothing's guaranteed. Now, some people might say, and it's not a put down, but some people will say, well, if you do it this way, you take all these different courses, you talk to all these different dating counselors, and you follow this particular program, things are going to work out just well. No, there's no guarantees in life. It's just not. And just because you get something don't mean that you're going to maintain it or conserve it. That's when it really gets difficult. Dating relationships are very beautiful, yet very hard work. But nothing to frown upon or feel as though that it's not for me or it's too late in the game. People are too complicated. Things are too complex. No, try to take that out of your mindset, because that is something that is causing a hindrance. It's true. You might have to talk to 25 people to get one response. But all that talking, you develop your skills even more in communicating with someone, letting other people know how wonderful a person you are, spreading that positive vibe out there in society, which is so much needed in a very crumbling, very, very debased world. Beautiful in nature, but in society, we as a society have some serious issues. So it takes practice. And it can be challenging, but yeah, it can be fun. You need that motivation. Understanding it starts with you. So look in the mirror and say, today, I'm going to be a better person than yesterday. Don't worry about 5 years from now. Don't worry about a year from now. Heck, don't even worry about tomorrow. Start right now. Start after you watch this video to write down the things that you love and appreciate about yourself, and the things that you don't love so much and don't appreciate yourself. Write down a list and be honest. Take your time. Build on the strengths you have, whether they're talents, skills, and build on that and add more onto that. Any liabilities, any things you need to work on, that's your challenge. But you can meet those challenges a step at a time. Nothing great at all. Nothing you can ever imagine that's worth anything that's awesome happens like that. I personally don't believe in easy. I don't like that term. Nothing is. Because you never know where a super drop or where a curveball may come into place that will knock you off your square. So by transforming your mind, your thoughts, and it starts with the mind, and becoming more learned and making that powerful, you're going to attract wonderful people. Branch out to different races, creeds, and colors. It's a phenomenal world out here. Now, people have their preferences, and that's fine. That's to be respected. But don't limit yourself. You don't want to limit yourself, because what you're doing is you're putting up, again, another barrier, another wall. So be a bit more open, because you never know, that particular thing might be the best thing for you, or one of the best things. This is allowing yourself more options, perhaps opportunities. The worst thing that can happen is that maybe you don't find that special person, but you will never go wrong because you empowered you. But here's the upside, because there's so much upside to it. You will find that right person, that right friendship that can develop into a relationship, a loving, respectful, healthy, and that's the key word, healthy, fun, and amazing relationship in time. That can happen. It will happen. There's many reasons why that has happened. It's happened in the past. There's different examples, wonderful examples. It's happening now, and it will happen in the future. But it starts again with you, having that motivation, having that mojo. And here, Dave, I will provide that with you. Prep Gears is the thumbnail of this video channel, because that is one of my brands that provides great motivation. Original poetic poems that talk about many different things in life that you will find that are nice to read and upbuilding, as well as nice and beautiful quality accessories and apparel. But what is most important is finding all different avenues to make you awesome. And the other great thing is that by meeting different ones, you are special. Now, you might say, Dave, that sort of makes sense, or makes great sense. But I still feel like it's not going to happen for me. Maybe because you might feel as though you're too old, or you don't have enough money in the bank, or you don't have all the right amenities in life, the great car, the great house, the great career. No, people want what's real. People respect that the most out of people. People love what's real and how people make them feel. And if you feel good about you, you would like to see other people feel well about themselves. It's something that is just going to be around your aura. And that is what is going to be the most beneficial tools. Yes, that is something that is so amazing that you have and brilliant within you. You just got to take it out of you. Bring it up out of you. And I'm here to help you bring it up out of you. The guy that made junk. You are a fine vessel. Now, you got people who are going to say, it's not going to happen. You got your naysayers. Don't listen to that. Get involved with positive, influential people that are going to encourage you. That's the key. So when you do these things, you're going to find that, hey, this is great. I'm building relationships. And these relationships can transfer over to business relationships, better relationships with your family, your friends, your coworkers, your colleagues. And that's just what the society really needs. We need more people who are building themselves up. And if you feel as though you're at a great level, that's even great. You're going to be even greater. You're going to attract more people, and more people are going to stay with that. Because unfortunately, we have a whole lot of phony, disruptive trolls and people out here, whether they're virtual trolls or trolls out in public. Avoid them. Avoid them like crazy. You can do that. You want to be around something that's going to make you better. I know it can happen. So again, relationships, great friendships, romantic relationships start with you practicing, going out, showing that you are that amazing, brilliant, maybe you could be even a genius type of person. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, hope you found some engaging, upbuilding, motivational approaches to life, to love. Because in closing, I know you are special. Tell yourself that every day. It's not corny. It's not corny at all. Because other people will see it. They might not readily tell you or admit that they're seeing a great change in you, but it's just going to be all in your body language. You won't even have to say nothing. Yes, it's going to come out. So with that, I hope everyone has a terrific day. Again, take just 5 minutes right after this video and jot down on a piece of paper the things that you're great at, build on them. The things you need to work on, build on them. Because the biggest room in anyone's house, the biggest room, do you know what it is? Nah, it's not the grand master bedroom. It's not the ballroom. It's not the living room. But the biggest room in anyone's house is room for improvement. Room for improvement. Room for improvement. We all can improve to reach to that as close as perfect form that we can for ourselves and for that potential other. Yes. It's up to you. Get motivated. Stay motivated. Dave Mitchell is my last name, and Prep Gears. So we're there to help you as well. And I care. Peace out. Until next time. One love. You can do it.